Today, we're going to explore a principle that feels like it's as old as time itself. It's called the Law of Temperance, and it's this quiet but incredibly powerful idea that really shapes how we think about balance, about choice, and about what it takes for goodness to truly thrive. You know, at the very heart of this whole discussion is one simple, profound truth. It might seem obvious at first glance, but there's a real depth to it. It suggests that not everything is meant to exist together, that sometimes for things to be clear, for there to be order, a deliberate act of separation is absolutely necessary. So, to really get our heads around this idea of separation, we first need to look at the principle behind it, what's called the law of balance. This is the framework that helps us understand how temperance is actually meant to be applied in our lives. Okay, so what is the law of temperance, really? Well, it's a law of balance, but maybe not in the way you'd first think. It isn't about balancing good and bad. No, it's about two totally different kinds of balance. For things that are good for us, the balance is found in moderation. But for things that are bad, the balance is found by removing them completely. So this dual approach is the crucial point. Think about it for a second. Even the absolute best things in life can become harmful if we take them to an extreme, right? That's where moderation comes in. But this law also teaches that some things, well, there's just no room for moderation. They aren't meant to be balanced. They're meant to be separated from our lives entirely. It's a very sharp, very clear line. Now, to see this idea in action, we're going to turn to a foundational story, an account from the very beginning that really sets the stage for this entire law. And there it is. One of the first recorded acts in existence is an act of separation. And notice the sequence of events here. First, there's a recognition of what is good, and then immediately after that, there's an action to divide that good thing from something else. It's a perfect illustration of the principle in its most primal form. This is such an essential detail. The text is incredibly specific. The light is explicitly called good. But the darkness, it gets no such label. This act of naming, or in this case, not naming, is just as important as the act of dividing. It sets up a clear difference in value, a standard by which things are judged. So now we can see how this ancient story starts to build into a direct, personal instruction for us. The principle moves from being a creation story into a guide for how to actually live. And this brings us right to the core question, doesn't it? How does a story about dividing light from darkness thousands of years ago guide our lives today, right now? What is the practical takeaway from this fundamental act of separation? Well, the guidance becomes a very clear choice between two paths. This principle of separation has to be applied directly in our own lives. Just like light was divided from darkness, the instruction is for us to consciously avoid the path of darkness, those habits and influences that are not deemed good, and to actively choose to walk in the light. And this isn't just about big life decisions. It's a call to make this a conscious choice every single day. And this final passage just brings the entire concept to such a powerful conclusion. It's a direct command. It transforms the law of temperance from something you just observe into an active instruction. The call is to be ye separate, to intentionally step away from what is not good, and to make that ancient division a reality in our own lives today. If this explainer was helpful to you, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm get these principles out to others who might benefit from them. Thanks for watching this Principles University presentation, and we'll see you in the next one.